You all heard me sing, or you sang too, I hope, our responsorial psalm, the refrain, the stone rejected by the builders has become the cornerstone. Well, 14 stations along the walls of the worship space are made out of colored stone, and they trace a journey of faith. Beginning behind my left shoulder with the discovery of the empty tomb, the mosaics invite our meditation on the experience of Easter as it's told in Scripture, and they also invite us to meditate on the meaning of the resurrection for us. There's so many different images, so many different pieces of the story. Resurrection is not just one historical event, is it? Dying and rising happens all through our lives. Sometimes we can see it clearly. But even when we reject it, even when it's too painful, God can make it into a cornerstone for us. These mosaics are made of colored glass from Venice. Mosaic art is ancient, over 4,000 years old, revived by 20th century artists like Antoni Gaudi, who created pieces made out of waste tile, the leftover broken pieces, the stone rejected by the builders. The art form is again flourishing today. Many people ask, why Stations of the Resurrection in our worship space? Of course, the simple answer is everything. We chose everything to speak to the resurrection in this room. But also, I think it's important to remember that we can focus too much on the suffering and forget that there is rising after dying. Stations of the Cross, the Via Crucis, are outside in an outdoor prayer path. A 20th century innovation is the Via Lucis, the way of light. It's less about a prayer path and more about a prism, reflecting the light from various angles. The Stations of the Resurrection are an opportunity to encounter the risen Christ from various angles. In our Stations of the Resurrection, Helen McLean, the artist, brought two perspectives together, art and scripture. Her intention was less about representation of the story than about evoking a mood or a feeling or conveying a sense of the spiritual energy of the story. And she does it in a simple and sometimes very abstract way. The figure of Christ